Hello and welcome to Fallout, the board game, in about 3 minutes. It is a game for 1 to 4 players. It has a solo mode. The game takes around 2 hours for 4 players. It is a moderately complex game. War. War never changes. Centuries after the fires of nuclear war have burnt the cities of the world to ash, humanity survives and ekes out a living in the wasteland. You are one of these survivors and have set out on a quest. Competitive. Players are competing against each other. Character development. There are many ways to improve your character in this game. Narrative driven. The game contains many encounters and events. The winner is the first player to score the required number of victory points, shown by thumbs on these cards. Each card is worth a minimum of 1 victory point, and they can be worth more. For example, these loyalty cards are worth an extra point for each step that faction is ahead of its opponent in the story, so these are worth 3. If you had 3 of them, they would be worth 9 total. Advancing the story for the faction you are loyal to is the key to winning this game. Some cards also have miscellaneous objectives. Player turn. Many actions require the special Fallout dice to be rolled. Each die has 2 bits of information on it. A hit location, which is used in combat, and the asterisks, which are used for skill checks in combat. Sometimes you can re-roll dice if you have an appropriate skill. For example, here I have the intelligence skill, and the weapon also has that skill, granting me 1 re-roll in combat. If I had all 3 skills, I could re-roll up to 3 dice. On your turn, you'll have 2 actions, and you can do the same action twice. You may move up to 2 spaces of a move action, and may take other actions during a move action. For example, you can move 1 space, have an encounter, and then move another space. Green areas are radioactive and do radiation damage, and red areas cost 2 movement points each. Explore actions allow you to discover new tiles, placing monsters when they are revealed. Quest actions allow you to interact with the current quest card. Encounter actions allow you to draw a ruins encounter or a city encounter if you are at the appropriate location. The camp action allows you to refresh cards and recover hit points. Fight actions require you to roll a number of hit locations equal to the monster's level, in this case 2, but dice must show you have hit their vulnerable areas. The monsters deal damage equal to the asterisks rolled times their level, in this case 6. When you defeat an enemy, place a new one from the stack face down on the board at the nearest spawn location for that enemy type. Why would you like this game? First and foremost, it is a Fallout game, and it does capture the unique look and feel of that setting. If you enjoy that world, you are likely to enjoy the stories and encounters presented in this game. It's also a solid adventure game that you can play solo or with friends. But the biggest selling point of the game is the world building that has gone into it. The single best thing about the game are the encounter and quest cards. There is a huge variety of stories in here, and the system allows for easy expansion. However, the game feels slightly incomplete, as though this is the core box for a much larger game. The competitive nature of the game and the victory point system is not great. I feel it needs a full co-op mode as well. In addition, the story elements can be accessed by any player, which means player 1 can discover a quest, but player 2 on the other side of the board instantly knows about it and can act on that information as well, which is slightly confusing. For a much deeper, complex, and more intense game with similar game concepts, I recommend Mage Knight. For a fully cooperative game set in the post-apocalypse, I recommend Salvation Road or Defenders of the Last Stand.